everyone, my name is Ashley Rivera and I will be sharing with you all the top portion of this presentation, which includes slides 3 and 4. The curriculum that my group and I chose was Creative Curriculum. I will also be mentioning to you all about a theories that I know that supports this curriculum, and then I will also be moving on to mention to you all what a teacher's role is in this certain curriculum. And from there, my group should be sharing with you a few more interesting facts about this certain curriculum. Okay, so now let me begin with mentioning John Piaget as a theorist that I know supports the creative curriculum. This curriculum developed in the year 1988 by a woman named Diane Trister Dodge. John Piaget was a huge support to this curriculum because he believed children learned very well through this curriculum. He also believes that every child will learn to be creative, social, and become interactive with others. John Piaget is known to change people's way of thinking how a child grows. This curriculum also supports social and emotional, physical, cognitive, and language categories, which are the same categories that John Piaget also supported. So now we can move on to the next slide. We can transition on to what a teacher's role should be. In this certain curriculum, teachers should be the child's main support. The teacher's role should be to show children to have confidence. Every child should learn to have confidence within themselves to be able to achieve in certain areas as they become older. Children will then learn to make their own decisions. Another role teachers should cover with their students is to lead them in the right direction. All children should have positivity surrounded by them, and it is the teacher's responsibility to help guide their children. And lastly, a different role the teacher is responsible of doing is being able to speak one-on-one with children to find the child's interests so that it can be a lot easier to smooth out the child's learning process. Now that I discussed with you guys about a theory that supports the creative curriculum, which was John Piaget, and I know that there are a few others that will also support this curriculum, I also discussed with you all about the teacher's role. You should be able to familiarize yourself with this creative curriculum that me and my group decided to choose. And if a child is active within this creative curriculum, the child should learn in a perfectly smooth process where a child will love to learn instead of hating to learn. Now, my group will begin to further explain a bit more about this creative curriculum.
Hello, my name is Jessica Ramos, and I have slides 5 and 6 on the creative curriculum. What are the curriculum goals? The goal of the creative curriculum is to teach children how to be creative and confident thinkers. It offers them hands-on experience that helps them build critical thinking. The creative curriculum aligns with the social/emotional, physical, and cognitive and language domains. The social/emotional stage helps the children be independent and gain self-confidence. The physical stage helps increase the children's large motor and small motor skills. The cognitive stage, children learn how to think on their own, helping them learn problem-solving skills and critical thinking. And the language skill promotes them to communicate with one another and participate in conversations. The qualifications and specialized training for teachers. The qualifications needed for teachers are to complete 16 units of general education, including one course in each area of humanities and or fine arts, social science, math/or science, and in English or language arts. At least complete 175 days of experience in a child care development program, and at least 3 hours per day within the last 4 years must be verified by submitting a letter from the employer. Also, the teachers need an appropriate environment for children to participate in activities where the children can find different objects in each area of the room, like an area for books and table where they can write or paint, or have a space where they can use blocks. The faculty can also set up a variety of learning exercises for children to foster creative thinking, such as giving them a paint and paper and asking them to draw whatever comes to mind, or asking them to close their eyes and simply observe the thoughts as they arise, among other options. These kinds of activities can help students become more creative and the students become more mindful and environmentally conscious as a result of these exercises. Teachers should also encourage pupils to indulge in creative writing. A child development teacher's skills and job requirement. For a teacher, they need a bachelor's degree in child development and early education or a related field prior to experience working with children, CPR and first aid certification, and CDA or other applicable teacher's certificates. Also, depending on how old the children are, you may want to set up an environment especially suited for them, because each children requires a different thing. Children that are 5 and 6 may not need the same thing from children that are 9 and 10. So depending on what age the child is, that would be the perfect environment for each children. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ariel Alvarado and I will be covering slides 7, 8, and 9. Curriculum guidance for special behavior, linguistic, and learning needs. Creative curriculum sets an environment in which all children, including those with developmental needs, are made to feel safe, emotionally secure, and have a sense of community. It helps children acquire social competence and necessary skills to be effective learners. It offers strategies for building positive relationships, helping children develop self-regulation and respond to challenging behaviors. It helps teachers with being intentional about the experiences that they offer while still having the flexibility to respond to changing interests and abilities of the children. It provides teachers with details on the child's development, that way they can better interact with the children in ways that promote development and learning, foster children's social competence, support children's learning through play, create rich environments for learning, and forge strong homeschool connections. Child's growth in ECERS. Creative curriculum emphasizes the use of observation-based child assessment, which is used to help guide instruction. It includes developmentally appropriate goals and objectives for children with 4 main categories of interest. This includes social and emotional, physical, cognitive, and language. The social and emotional stage helps promote independence, self-confidence, and self-control. With this stage, children learn how to make friends, how to have group interactions, and how to follow rules. The physical stage is intended to increase children's large and small motor skills. The cognitive stage is associated with thinking skills. Children learn how to solve problems, ask questions, and think critically. The language stage deals with communication. Children learn how to communicate with others, listen and participate in conversations, and recognize various forms of print. In this stage, children begin to recognize letters and words and begin writing for a purpose. It emphasizes the use of observation-based child assessment to help guide instruction. Creative curriculum is aligned with ECERS as the theme of this curriculum, as well as being center-based, where the children are allowed to choose what center they can go to. It stressed heavily on allowing the children's interests to dictate your themes and topics. Environmental considerations. The classroom is set up for exploration and learning. The children are given the opportunity to make their own choices, experiment, and interact with others. Materials should be put on low shelves, in containers, and on hooks. That way the children can get them independently and put them away by themselves. Shelves need to be neat and uncluttered so materials are easy to see, remove, and replace. Picture and word labels should be put on containers and shelves. That way the children know where the materials belong and learn to use print. It also teaches them how to correspond pictures with objects, which is also known as image recognition. There should be distinct learning and interest areas, such as blocks, dramatic play, toys and games, art, discovery, library, sand and water, music and movement, cooking, computers, and different outdoor play spaces so that the children know what choices are available and can make their own decisions. Similarly, materials should be grouped together to teach the children to sort and classify.
Credible research evidence that supports the value and effectiveness of the curriculum. The best evidence found to support values and effectiveness of creative curriculum has been associated with children's positive learning outcomes. As every child thrives in their own different way, the steps they take are the marks they leave behind, which we take as evidence to understand how to be a better teacher. For example, if you're doing an activity and the children are not that much engaged or interested, you could jot that down as a note to remind yourself for next time how you would change the activity to make it more engaging for children in that age range. It could be changing material, adding material, grabbing a smaller group or having a bigger group, or having a multi-age group can also help. ADP in the classroom. There are 4 indicators of quality ADP that are evidence in a creative curriculum classroom. The 4 are social, emotional, language, cognitive, and physical. The social emotional ADP promotes self-confidence and control. For example, you have a child that doesn't want to share. You go there, you redirect them, and explain to him why sharing is caring. And child drops the toys and begins to cry in frustration because he is not wanting to share the toys he's playing with. You can jot this down in a notepad and add more self-control activities to the curriculum. For example, you could have this child paint with a smaller brush for him to control the amount of paint. You could also engage with him and another couple of children to an activity that has to do with sharing, or passing down, for example, hot potato. The language ADP helps children learn communication skills and how to participate in a conversation. This all starts in a circle time morning routine. As you can add who came to school today, this will give children the knowledge of who is who, whose name is who, and recognizing face throughout the day. Also, bringing songs to the morning can help children express themselves in a way that they probably don't get at home. The cognitive promotes problem solving and thinking skills. This happens through an activity where a child is engaged with either crayons, markers, scissors, or paint, and has the brain running at the same speed as their fingers. For example, if you give a child scissors and a piece of paper and you don't explain to them, their mind starts running and the child might try to draw with the scissors. Schools that follow the curriculum. There are a few schools in the area that follow this specific curriculum. Creative Child Preschool, Creative Angel Preschool, and Kinder Care Centers all use a creative curriculum on a day-to-day basis. These 3 preschools are also all under Title 22. Some Title 22 regulations these preschools go by are a ratio of 1 through 12, meaning 1 teacher with 12 students, or 2 to 15, meaning 1 teacher and 1 aide with 15 students. The teacher should have 12 passing units. in child development. Teachers will also have to go through a background check. Discipline is free of punishment, meaning there should be no pain, humiliation, and intimidation. Thank you.